What is good, YouTube? Today we have year 3 offseason and our 32 user league. First off, we have to address last season, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little depressed. That's our second time in 3 years getting blown out by the Packers, but as you can see here, he got blown out in the Super Bowl. So yes, that means the Bengals user has won 3 straight Super Bowls and just seems like he can't be touched. And before we head on to next year, we did have some good things that happened. Our rookie receiver, Brandon Williams, last year ended up getting Offensive Rookie of the Year and moving up to a superstar development trait when he was at normal. So that should help progressing him. He gets some abilities now, and that's big time. Besides that, we were trying to get our boy Darren Lawton up to superstar, and he stayed at star development. I guess the touchdowns wasn't enough. So this next year, we got to try to get yards and touchdowns and try to get him to superstar. So now moving on to year 4, the big thing looming over the Cowboys is Dak Prescott's contract. Look at this. He's owed $51.5 million in 2027, which is this upcoming year, and that just uses up about all our money. So we no longer have Connor Williams. We weren't able to sign him to a contract. He wanted $13 million a year, and we also lost Jadeveon Clowney. So that's 2 starters we're down. I knew I needed to replace 2 starters with limited money, so I had to settle for Preston Smith. He's only 77 overall, and I had to sign him to a 2-year deal to even get him to sign here. So that was about $9 million. And then I signed Joe Tippmann as my center. The other good thing is he's only 26 years old, so we can at least keep him around, and the contract isn't too crazy for a little while. And as you can tell, after those 2 signings, I only had $420,000 left, and so obviously I can't sign anyone for that contract. So this is all we could do in offseason. We only had 2 signings, and now we got to handle everything else in the draft, knowing that we're going to have a lot of money open up next year. Finally, we head into the NFL draft, and my first thought going into this is that I need some offensive weapons. We did a great job drafting Brandon Williams last year, but he's not an over-the-top threat. We still need a wide receiver to take that top off. We need someone with speed, and that's really our big issue. Our tight ends are slow, our wide receivers are slow, and even though they have good route running, sometimes you need a little speed. So I have 4 wide receivers lined up that I'm hoping I can draft one of them in the first couple rounds. But the biggest picture of all is we got to handle our Dak issue. I don't think he's the quarterback that's going to win us a Super Bowl. If we need to live with him another year, then we can, and we can go to the draft next season. But if Shane Hagan right here, he's 6'1", 230, 22 years old. He's a scrambler quarterback. If he makes it down to me in the first round, I'm 100% taking him, even though that's not likely. Besides that, I got some studs down here that I'm not expecting many of them to make it to me. But if I have, this Andrew Patton runs like a 4.240. If he makes it to me, then I'd love to have him. This middle linebacker's fast, and I have some D linemen as options to start over Preston Smith and really change this team around. So in all honesty, heading into this draft, our number 1 and really our only focus point is to get difference makers that have some speed on offense. And we're going to see if we can make that happen. It is our pick. It is time. We have seen Dak year after year choke in playoffs. We thought about it. We talked to these young men, and we decided to go with Timmy Urban. Come on, come be our franchise QB, young man. Let's see what you got. Cheer him on, Cowboys fans. Look at him. Look at him. He just looks like he's about to have 6 Super Bowl rings. Yeah, it's just, he wants to be number 1. Yes, sir. Of course, you're number 1. Let's see, heading down, okay. 84 speed, 92 throw power. Hey, I think we can work with that. We can work with that, boys. Welcome, our new starting QB of the Dallas Cowboys. All right, round number 2. We've talked about it a lot. We need some speed. A lot of the top speeds were already taken, so we're gonna sort by wide receiver speed. And I saw 2 gentlemen up here. Oh, we're down to 1. Okay, Mitch Clements. I guess the Commanders took the other one. So Mitch, we're praying. You're 95 speed, young man. We need someone to take the top off. Oh, everyone's pumped. I love it. Look at me. I'm hyped. Put that Cowboys hat on. Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna be ranked very well in that. That's okay. What we care about is the speed. Moment of truth. 95. All right, we can deal with that. I know he's only normal depth, but that's the fastest wide receiver we got on our team. All right, round 3. There's not a lot of good people left, and we got to take a flyer on a tight end over here. So we only have 1 on our roster. So let's go ahead and sort by speed. Let's see what we're working with. We're just gonna take the fastest one, Will Ford. But let's see what you got, big dog. You're from TCU. Let's see how fast he is. 84 speed's not great. Not gonna lie, but it's something. It's something. It gives us a second tight end. For our fourth pick, we took Steve Hammond, a left end. You know, in the fourth round, you're just hoping you hit something crazy. And so we're gonna hope. You know, our defensive line is struggling besides Micah. We need someone on this opposite side. And he's normal dev, 81 speed, and I can't see his skills yet. He has B finesse, but I was really hoping for a hidden dev, so that looks like a bust right there. For our fifth pick, we took Tim Noble, the defensive tackle. He was actually 118 in true value, which is not too bad for the final pick. Let's see if we get lucky. And no hidden dev, normal dev. I didn't get to see what it was, but that's going to be another bust there. Finally, let's go over our roster heading into year 4. At quarterback, we still got Dak Prescott on contract, but our starter is going to be Timmy Urban, the rookie we just drafted. Third string, we've got Jonathan Harrison. I could probably cut him if I need a roster spot at some point. Running backs, we got Darren Lawton and Edward Judge. They're both in year 2 now. Darren's up to 81 overall, 94 speed, but he's still only star dev. Fullback, we got Hunter Luque. Wide receiver, we got CeeDee Lamb leading the way. We got Brandon Williams up to a second superstar now. He's year 2. We got Turpin. He's dropped down to 92 speed, so we can't use him much. And then we got Nick McPherson. He's 92 speed. And our big rookie, Mitch Clements, we're going to give him a lot of reps this year. He's got 95 speed, and we needed someone to take the top off. So we're actually going to be using him a lot. Brandon and CeeDee Lamb, Turpin, and Nick will be last case scenarios. Tight end. We still got Cameron. We didn't really upgrade at speed wise. We did draft Ian Wilford, who's 84 speed, so I'm going to try to use, I think, Cameron and Ian this year. And third string, we've got Josh Oliver as a free agent and just as a last resort if we need to use that. Left tackle, we got Tyler Smith. He's 89 overall. Left guard, we got Joe Tipman, who we got in free agency. Center is Cooper Beebe. Right guard is Jeff Dwyer. He's in year 2 now, 76 overall. And right tackle is Tyler Guyton, up to 83 overall. Moving on to defense, we got Preston Smith out of free agency. He'll be our starting left end. Marshawn Nealon's not actually far behind him, but his strength's a little bit lower, so I'm going to give Preston the edge, and I really don't want to re-sign Nealon, so that's why I'm not starting him. Right end, we got Micah leading the way. We drafted Steve Hammond to be a backup. His stats aren't that great, so I'm not looking to use him. Defensive tackle, we got D-Law still holding it down. I'm afraid he's going to retire sometime soon. Behind him, we got Tim Noble, a rookie we drafted who's 6'5", 314, but he's only 69 overall, so we can't really give him much reps. And then we got some kind of just fillers in behind them. At linebackers, so the way that I did linebackers is my middle linebackers get +2 speed. So I got my 3 starting linebackers right here. I got Damon Clark, DeMarvion Overshown, and Cassidy Queen. They got a lot of speed, but they're all 79 overall. So I'm hoping for a good year this year to kind of get them up on overall ratings. Cornerback, it's the same story here for, I think this is our 3rd year now. We got Max Yancey and Trayvon Diggs on the outside, Deron Bland in the slot. At some point, we need to try to upgrade that, but I'm going to keep him there as long as I can. At free safety, we still got our boy Hickman. He was defensive rookie of the year 2 years ago. He had a down year last year. He's a 93 speed, 6'3", but he's only 68 overall, and he's just not progressing like I thought he would. At strong safety, we have Marquise Bell. He's 94 speed. He's 85 overall. And he does a great job, so he's holding that down. And then you know those story at kicker. We got Brandon Aubrey. At punter, we got some dude, Addison Truman. Like I said, if we were punting the ball, then we're losing, so we're not trying to punt the ball. But that's our team heading into year 4, and we'll be back in a few days for our week 1 game. I'm expecting a lot of big things from Timmy, and let's go be great. But until then, it's Afflicting, and I'm out. Peace.